Out I'm making my own decisions. This thing I found is gonna let me down. I'm like a junkie without an addiction. Mama, don't cry. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI DEVVE DACAT SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We have quite a bit to go over today. There is a thank you for everyone for reposting. Currently, we have oh god, there's so much to go over. Sui, big hack with them. Let me go in and take a look at some of the screenshots I found this morning. There's a lot to go over here. Take a look at Cetus, the main liquidity provider. DEX on Sui was allegedly hacked. There was $11 million in Sui that was drained from the SUI USDC pool, with most tokens down about 75%. A lot of those tokens, taking a look, are Axel, SURI, Hippo, Squirt, Squeamon, B-Shark, Uni, Pikachu, Wet, Blub, ISG, and Lofi. Lofi was down 75%, all the way up to Axol, or AXOL, was down 92.5%. There was a couple of things as far as trading was concerned. I think Toilet, they just stopped trading on that in general. I'm going to go take a look. The Toilet guys might be on later this afternoon, so I have to go in and give them something. Thread, copy. I'm going to go text one of the guys here, be like, if they can make it by 9 p.m. So like, if y'all can make it, you can come on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I'm not 100% sure they'll be able to make it, but again, they're the guys behind it, so we shall see. Anyway, horrible day for memes on that. Title is VeVe grosses 500K in May. So I had a little bit of me and Tammy last night had a little bit of not a crash out. The VeVe bug got us, and we were just like, hey, they're going to burn all of these Blackpink things. We should probably get some. And we did on stream. We could have waited a couple of hours because they started at like 11 a.m. Eastern, or I'm sorry, 11 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they ended like X amount of hours later. Like I was up for a few hours. They did the thing they did was, instead of going for the Blackpink girls, the first drop, and doing that drop and eliminating those and then going to the second, they did it by girl. Like, okay, let's take all the Jennies out of the first Blackpink drop, all the Jennies out of the second Blackpink drop, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they did it by girl. They didn't do it by drop, which I thought was interesting. They threw a wrench into things, but you did have a few extra hours from the time they started to get most of the other stuff. So there is probably a good amount of it. They still did like $30-something thousand. They did like 35K for the Blackpink drop, and a lot of people were just like, when it first came out, yo, this is a flop. This is horrible. Any drop, and granted, they're the biggest girl band in the world, but any drop that does $30,000, especially if it's inside a couple of days, I'm fine with. Every drop they do is 30K. I'm absolutely okay with that. Let's go on a bit of comments here, and be advised, SHIRO will come on 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They will have a half hour. Go in everything. I did go over a little bit yesterday, going over just the alleged hack, and then the two big dumps that the hacker or the drainer of that wallet did, and we'll go over that again with SHIRO at 8:30. Let's take a look. See here for Tulavoop saying hello. Meow meow meow. Maxwell Falik says SHIRO gestor de tráfico. Gesundheit. Relaxing Music. What's up, everyone? And again, I'll go in and get to everything as we go further into this. What should we do first? Devi has a lot, so I'm going to see if I can go to Devi first. We'll go over their what they've done on the day over on the Gecko terminal and take a look at. They're down about 2.5% today. They were up to 63 cents yesterday, down to about 59 cents right now. Again, down 2.5% on the day. Doesn't look like much has happened. Let's take a look at we're on Gecko terminal. So let's go over to CoinGecko, and we'll just type in Devi in that search bar and going in and see what it's done. 337,000 in volume. So really low volume on the day. $52 million market cap. We are at number 727. We have been in the top 5, maybe even top 400 before. But Tom goes over today why there's been just explaining to people like, hey, we know that you're in a so like, hey, we know you guys are a little bit bearish just because the price is down, and here's our explanations here. So we'll start off with their DEVVE roundup today. What they did allude to is the caliber of people that are working with the project. Davin mentioned that Anne Marshall is working with the team, and this speaks volumes. For those that don't know her, Anne isn't just any lawyer. She's the former legal director of France's top financial regulator, which is the AMF. It's a key figure behind the PSAN framework and a major contributor to thinking that shaped MiCA, the most significant crypto regulation in the EU. Now, she's a senior partner at Desgales Florence, which is one of the most respected legal firms in France, and she's actively advising DEVVE. I repeat, she is actively advising DEVVE. Now, she's a senior partner at Desgales Florence, one of the most respected legal firms in France, and this isn't just hype. This isn't a stunt. This is a heavyweight with deep experience in regulation and institutional credibility, putting her name on something that passes every due diligence test. It's hard to overstate what this says about the integrity, ambition, and legal rigor behind DEVVE. Projects like this don't come around very often, and they certainly don't come with names like this attached. We're in very safe hands. This isn't just another crypto project. It's something else entirely. Link down below to the DEVVE exchange if you want to go in and sign up. Use that link down below. I don't think it's inappropriate to say that, not the fact that this isn't hype, this isn't a stunt, like someone like her is like a master Jedi that's on active duty, and her client is like the most important starbase in the galaxy, and that's DEVVE, just because of what it can do. Speaking of what it can do, we do have a big thing from Tom saying, here are some specific thoughts. I'll add to the list of accomplishments a couple of other milestones that are significant. In addition to Will Stewart, which this alone should indicate to everyone the significance of what we're doing, Duncan and Delubac, the first customer, is always the hardest, and this is indicative of the value we bring to TradFi. We signed our agreement with the unnamed TradFi partner. There are new significant hires we're talking with right now, looking to join us, people whose resumes are recognized globally. We've had material discussions with other large business partners. I understand these points you all have, so take them with a grain of salt, since they aren't able to announce yet other than conceptually, but my vantage point is that we have strong momentum. We've continued to put out strong, verifiable, and usable technology, including our public block explorer, our Web 2 to Web 3 bridge, all of our infrastructure for our guild system, our new built-from-scratch referral system, and our new onboarding platform, which represents a significant technological platform in itself. We put priority on it because we feel that it can drive marketing efforts and is a powerful Web3 task management system. In the future, guilds will be able to create their own tasks for their own members. We have continued to drive core improvements, security enhancements, monitoring, and functionality. And we're close to releasing our 2FA implementation, for example. So again, just another thing that they're doing. We also put out information on theft protections, loss protections, and globally patented privacy solution, which are old inventions, but which are coming into focus as their key features for TradFi moving into DeFi. It's part of what we got at Delubac excited. One could build an entire business just around these, and we fully explained how they work for someone doing their due diligence. We also put out information on 2 technological advancements and submitted patents on those: contingent transaction sets and liquidity caches. I think the invention of contingent transaction sets are going to become one of the greatest technological advancements in all of TradFi. It's that important, and I don't think people have focused on it. The liquidity caches is equally as important, as it is both an important invention of itself, but it's also the foundation that creates most of the early value in DEVVE and Theos tokens. We described how people can use the tokens and liquidity caches for earning and market-making activities, lending, and payments. We've also announced how we're building an ecosystem that shares in the upside with our token holders. Philosophy more aligned with the core tenets of the entire crypto industry than nearly anything else out there right now, and more utility than anything else in the world. So again, this is general, just throwing this stuff out there. So Tom DEVVE, he responds to the comment saying, I'm struggling to understand why these achievements aren't translating into more visibility and community engagement. So Tom says, I would think that we would have more as well. I think liquidity cache's announcement alone would have driven massive excitement for crypto mentalities. It should. Part of the problem is that we've had particularly big push right as the tariffs came out, so the timing was just unfortunate. I think we're running into a few other challenges in perception. One is that we're not easy to digest for much of the crypto crowd. That big post above on progress and achievements gets traditional investors excited, but our descriptions are innately not always positioned in a way that crypto folk are used to. I think that not being able to announce our big partner has created problems as well. And I preach that it definitely has. But he says, as traditional investors look for the things that we have, which have been delivering on, that's why Ray and Will, who are both ex-VCs, are excited about our progress. We have a strong and growing team, strong defensible tech, and a growing list of partners. For that type of investor and that type of analysis, this is a great time to get involved in a project. I'm going to continue on other thoughts after this post, as I want this summary to stand alone. So with all of that said, here are some comments on the points that I've raised. And let's go to, oh God, which one is this? Not being able to announce. With respect to Will posting, he doesn't do that. He is who he is. He's a very senior, rubs elbows with people who are very senior, and does what he does as he wants because he's at a point in his career where he can. We had a roundtable with him, Ray, and I scheduled a month ago, but a sickness on one's family pushed it off, and we have rescheduled, and we will do that shortly. With respect to Delobach, you make a good point. We've been focusing most of our tech efforts over the past month on progressing concepts that are important to them, and I would like to formalize something more specific and announce it with them in short order. The onboarding platform was created to build hype and engagement. It is itself a big vision, but the releases was a bit rushed for the Paris Blockchain Week. The moment important things are there to spur the growth, though. The referral system is up and running, which is the most important part. We're also about to release referral guides where groups get the upside of referrals rather than a single KOL. And I still believe that this platform will drive a growth of strong way. And after the push of PBW, we took a step back and are finalizing re-architecting for larger scale and longer term use. Fundamentally, it's a way for people to share in the upside by bringing in others as well as organized community efforts and create our own army of supporters all aligned in how we drive growth while providing rewards for interaction. In terms of smaller ways to keep people informed, I think this is a good point, but also please keep in mind how hectic and busy everything is. I spent a ton of personal time with all of the media releases and push we did before Paris Blockchain Week. We put out a lot of content. That said, we just brought in a new marketing person. He's doing a roundup of everything, and he's excited to share that with us shortly. Thanks again for your comments. Tom says, a lot of these are all great points. One of the things that we discussed was doing a roundup and addressing concerns people have brought up. Another thing we discussed was low-hanging fruit that are both exciting and which we feel can realistically push forward in the short term. Because again, optics matter and people are kind of tired of the whens. Let me get to some of these comments in here. What's up, Shiro Nico from Brazil? This is Brazil. Bill Garner saying, let's go. Zajiro says, fly, Shiro, fly. Let's get this bread. I love this game. And Kawada says, Shiro. This one I'm going to save for when Shiro actually comes on because I could make excuses all the live long day, but would rather hear it from him himself. Anderson, Jesus, Shiro. Nathan Masquerade says, OMI's pumping hard like crazy. Is it? I don't think it is. Well, let's take a look. And then we'll get back to the, it's up 1.5% today. So I wouldn't say it's pumping like crazy. You think 10 cents is on the table? They have to have a bunch of stuff happen, but yeah, it's on the table. Let's keep on going here from this. We have a guy named Patrick Mad Hatter saying, thanks for taking our precious time to come here and answer all these questions. I have deep respect for that, and it feels like you really care about the community and, of course, the DEVVE ecosystem. This is the first project in a long time. The last one was Render before it came big, where I can truly stand behind the vision, the leaders, team, and believe it has a real chance to get to the top. Tom Anderson says, thanks for the nice note. It took me a long time to write that message. You have Austin from DEVVE saying, I was equally just as excited after leaving our marketing call today. Tom, I feel like we really nailed down a few very amazing ways that we can not only showcase the tech, but reach the wider crypto market. The senior legal expert that I mentioned before, Anne Marechal, is a French lawyer with over 30 years of experience in financial markets, M&A, and asset management. Former regulator. She was Director of Legal Affairs at France's financial regulator, is their AMF, where she helped shape rules for digital assets and ICOs. Current role is that she's a partner at De Gual Florence, law firm specializing in banking, finance, regulations, and blockchain. Academic background is she's a graduate of the prestigious ENA and holds a DEA in European Community Law. And educator and thought leader, she teaches financial regulation at the University of Paris, Dauphine, and is recognized in Legal 500 for her regulatory expertise. Hazy, People said people aren't really bullish. Okay, so I spent enough time on DEVVE. Let's go to Definity here and see what they're up to. Definity's down 2% on the day to 3.9 cents. They have a little bit of volume. They got 11,000, so not terrible. These are the ones that are doing a couple $100,000 in revenues added to their P&L per month. Most times they outperform VeVe, but not this month. VeVe's already got almost 500,000. I don't know if Definity will get there, but like Definity will get there at some point. Like at some point, you'll go in and see them do over 500,000 or even 1 million per month, and that'll happen. I mean, Manu says by summer, and be advised for Definity, they will be coming on to give a community update in the next couple of weeks. Now, it could be by the end of May, it could be beginning of June. It really depends. I would like to see it the beginning of June because that gives them more time to get stuff together. And the end of the month is usually when they go and get the big. End of the month is usually when they go and get the big push, and a lot more volume happens. So I'll keep you all posted with that. Bitcoin is above 111K, which is bananas. Been ages since it had this kind of run. It's crazy to think that $1 only might be back into play. That was never off the table, but that's not going to happen like anytime soon. Like it'll happen like next decade. Like it'll happen in a long time from now. Like it. I'm not going to say you're going to need to wait till 2040 for it to happen, but you do need a lot of burns, and you do need a lot of things to happen. So early 2030s, give it like 8 years. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Omar says, good evening. Good evening, Omar. How's it going, fam? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. And then we got Kronar, who's the 69th viewer, 69th like. I'm not 100% sure, but I love you, Kron. All right, let's move on here. Let's do DACAT, and then in about 13 minutes, we got SHIRO coming on. DACAT's up about 4.5% on the day. Good for them. And earlier this morning, we're really close to 8 zeros and then 420. We're at 4198 right now. But up 4.5% on the day, and we are up 188% over the last 30 days. Pretty good. 57% over the year, and only 900 in volume, but almost $1.7 million market cap. About 1.69. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69. Oh, Harambe, I miss you so. Oh my God, there is so much. All right, Nico, SHIRO Nico stream the live stream as we talk things. SHIRO, yeah. Yeah, space. All right, so we'll get that later. I have a buddy of mine that's back home. There's a lot. All right, I'm getting a lot of text messages here. Trump landed in style for dinner with the Trump holders. Oh, we got Freak of the Devil. And oh shoot, I accidentally removed SHIRO from the stage. Hero. Let me shoot him a message here because I did not mean to do that. Accidentally kicked you. Come back to Ministereth. Okay, as we go over that, I will let you know that DACAT is having a big contest right now. I'm gonna try to see it. It's a T-shirt competition where you could win $200 for winning the biggest, winningest T-shirt designs, the one that we think are great. So by all means, go in and get that bread. I'll link you the actual thing later. Crypto Cosmo saying, what up? JKRB giving me those thumbs up. How's it going? Jay the Cool Cat saying, SHIRO, the family is here. They are right here. So let's take it back to OMI and see what they have over on the day. OMI is a $1.7 million trading volume, $58 million market cap. But the trading volume was really interesting. I want to show you guys something. When we take a look at the normal exchanges. Okay, Gate.io, OKX, MEXC, VVox, BVox, Bitmart, Ascendex, Uniswap, all that jazz. But what is left conspicuously absent is Deepcoin. And Deepcoin has, or at least it had, $1 million in volume, which didn't really make any sense because when you take a look at where all of the volume's coming from, all right, 610,000 at Gate.io, 321,000 from MEXC, and 500,000. Oh, I'm sorry, 321,000 from OKX, and then 500,000 from MEXC. So that's like 1.4 already. There was like 1.4, 1.5. Would say like there was like a good. You can kind of add up where the rest of them is. Like there's no room for that extra million, and that extra million Like I said, I don't know if that was a glitch in the system, glitch in the matrix, whatever have you. But either way, you have the $2 million volume. I would really like it if we can get like multiple millions per day. And I know 2 million is technically multiple, but it's just not a it's not a thing. Oh, here's my man. Let's add to the stage. Howdy, howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going all right. We got the fam out here. We getting this bread. And we said, Cosmo, what up? So oh god, he's gone again. I swear I didn't kick him this time. It wasn't me. I feel like Shaggy. Call me on the camera. It wasn't me. What's up? As what one random thing you think might happen in the word OMI? Yeah, I mean they'll talk about it. They will 100% talk about it. There you go. I swear I didn't kick you.
No, I'm trying to log in so I can stream it to the
Oh, do you want
X
me to
account.
like not bring you up for like?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
give
kick
me
you and
give me 5.
I could just Okay, he's gonna get that bread. What up, Randy in chat? What up, JOC? JOC? What up, fam? Meow 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 meow. Happy meows. Fall back! Fall back 10 minutes to it! Yeah, dude, there was living in New York at the time, Long Island, at a buddy of mine's house, and so there's like it's like a fairly wooded area. There's like wild turkeys and stuff, and there's deer, and there's there's a bunch of trees and a bunch of leaves, and it was in the fall, and it was like super windy on this day. On this day, I see clearly everything. Sorry, but it was super windy, and the leaves were coming down, and it's like peak fall, right? And then I said that. I said the fall back to Minister. And I was just quoting all the stuff like they're taking the hobbits to Isengard, and the neighbor saw me, and that I didn't go outside for a couple days because that was a rough one. Anywho, let's keep on going here, shall we? Let's get back to some of the news before Hero gets on here, and there's a lot of news to go over since yesterday, because yesterday I had where are we at here? As an address, Michael Saylor says, if you're not buying Bitcoin at all-time highs, you're leaving money on the table. I wonder what else he had said yesterday. VeVe level 100, cheers. It's a special week for a few in the UK that received level 100 gold plaques and gifts from David Yu. Please see the video below that Mr. MC1 posted yesterday. Please get a friend to film the moment you get it. Open the special case, etc., with your message. It's a one-of-a-kind program in all digital or physical collecting that comes with such prestige, recognition, and gratitude and value. Here's celebrating your moment ahead of time, and we'd love to hear your messages. Yeah, I'd love to hear that too. Physical collectibles, crash course. Oh, okay, big whales coming in. Big whales. Yesterday, when like $50 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated in like an hour, Michael Saylor's strategy currently has 22.7 billion unrealized profit after the Bitcoin investment, and he's looking to invest another 2 billion, raising X amount of his stock for that. Over on Etherscan, Michael Saylor says, again, if you're not buying Bitcoin at all-time high, you're leaving money on the table. Obviously, there's going to be a couple of things that come first. It's going to be choppy for a little bit. And what I mean by that is like, not that it's going to go back to like 75K or anything, but if you buy it at 111 and it goes down to 108, it's okay. Like it's not going to stay there forever. Like it will continue getting these all-time highs. We'll continue getting this spread. Gaming on base of the top gamers gaming on base last 24 hours. Pepper, Tower, Ally, Peg, Seed, Kibble, Crappy, Fire, MBS, and SKR. Shout out to Crappy Bird and link to the contract address down below. Speaking of Crappy Birds, say phase 1, tease them. Probably nothing, but more likely something. The crap machine is coming soon. Hint, want to be sure you get a spin? Level 1 starts from 250,000 crappy. What you'll get, you'll find out in phase 2. So just grab your bag because they are flying. Get it? Because they're birds. They fly. Okay, I'm going to stop with the dad jokes. I'm going to put my hair up here and put it in a pony. There we go. All right. Dude, that one dude, the 40x whale that opened a $1 billion long with 40x leverage. I don't know how many hundreds of, he probably made like a good 20 million so far. And then Hero, give me the thumbs up when you're ready and I'll go in and get that bread for you. Texas House officially passed the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill, SB 21. Shout out to them for that. Also, it's Happy Bitcoin all-time high day. TradFi giants are circling. Crypto builders are leveling up. And at DEVVE, we didn't just wait. They built 8+ years in the making. The big moment is getting closer. Link to the contract. Link to the DEVVE stuff down below to get on the DEVVE exchange. So you have Jason Montgomery saying it's been years staring at this debating, but finally pulled the trigger on the number 327 reso. Series 1 was complete. Tammy got one of those. I think she got a couple of Todds. I messaged David yesterday. We were just going ham on all of that. So Bitcoin do be dumping yesterday. It did dump a little bit because the stocks were dumping hard as treasury yields were climbing. The US has a really big debt problem. Chaos on the Chain says that we love to see projects built on Base, and well done, BIFY official. That was them giving them their flowers and all that jazz. The Biffy NFT landscape is Meme Edition live this week. They're spotlighting some of the boldest, funniest, and most creative meme projects, NFT projects, and creators on Base. No paid placements, no noise, just real recognition for those driving culture forward. New poster every week. Who's next? This week's Future Legends. And again, they go over a bunch of stuff on Base, and Chaos on the Chains obviously being one of those people. VeVe went over and said the secrets of the the unnameable are revealed. That is going to come over on VeVe at some point over the next week. I have no idea what comic it is, but it looks pretty cool. Then we have a couple of things. The Stormtrooper 501 was minted by a Jesse Ledesma, and that one is worth $1,977 as per bounty via David Yu, who wanted one of those. And now, without further ado, coming in as the hero from the SHIRO community, meow, meow, meow.
Hey,
what's going on, fam?
Hey, how's it going? Good timing. All good, all good. I think the family just got home, but I was trying to get it to work to stream to the SHIRO account, but I'm a delegate, so I think it wasn't working right with the delegate. But we're streaming to my Hero X, and should help a little bit. It's all right.
It's all good. It happens. So I guess for some, for the people that are coming here right now for all this, there was a hack this morning that had happened for Sui, and over on the Sui you had a bunch of communities kind of get wrecked because they were hacked for I don't know how many. I think it was $11 million in Sui drained from their USDC pool, and most of those tokens were 75 to like 90+% down. And just to confirm, that was not you guys. You guys were not in that. You guys had a different. No. Okay, so it's happened. I think yesterday morning. Saw a whale that had sold like $145,000 worth of tokens in one go. Later in the day, I think did like another 90K worth or however much K worth. Could you just like explain what happened from the time you found out what's all going down? Just tell us that story.
Yeah. So first off, I'm Crypto Hero. I'm here representing SHIRO. I also work with the Sharby project, and I actually am working with the DMC project on Sui that's going to be launching very soon. But I'm here representing SHIRO. And really proud to be representing SHIRO. This group, this community, I was brought in after launch to be a part of the team and to really help manage the community. And it was supposed to be something that was probably going to be more of a short term, help them get structure in place. But really, I fell in love with the community, as you should with a real good community, right? And I'm here long term, and I believe in it. I believe in this community. I believe in this project. So that's a little background and lead into this. So SHIRO has been working on a staking platform for a little over 5 months, or about 5 months now, and
the staking platform was built by internal devs, or it was handled with the third party.
Correct. So before I even came into the team, SHIRO had hired a dev team from Pal AI, and Pal AI is a very reputable project. I think they're still at over 100 million right now. I think they've hit a $500 million market cap before. They regularly build staking dApps, things for projects, right? That's kind of their bread and butter is AI engines, a bot for Telegram. And SHIRO hired them to build an AI sentiment bot that would actually link to the staking, and based on community interaction and hype and their engagement on socials, this AI sentiment bot would measure and give a score, and then you could attach that to the staking platform and allow the staking platform to give a higher bonus APY. So it was very cool, right? Like, it's a really cool idea. It took a long time, and it kept taking longer and longer until we pressured and really had to have them bring in extra team members. And then we hired an audit team. Staking, it's a serious business. We hired an audit team, so we hired chain audits. And had back and forth with this team for a couple of months on the staking platform.
So the staking platform that was built, who all had access to that? It was obviously the people that did the audits. It was obviously the ones that built it. And then who on the SHIRO team had access?
No, so the audits, they didn't have access to anything other than just the code. So there's basically the contract was put in by a developer, started by a developer, and basically they launched the contract. That was listed as the owner of the contract. Then we have a multi-sig set up where there's 3 people from the SHIRO team, including myself, and you need a 2 of 3 signature to make any changes to the contract. That being like taxes, that being add an owner, certain, basically changing the APYs, basic functions of the contract. But this function of claim rewards or get rewards was only linked to the developer or the owner, which was actually the person who launched the contract. So to be able to basically claim the rewards, it had to go through that. It couldn't be done through the multi-sig. So let's talk about the incident. So yesterday, logged in, started answering a question about staking, realized our market cap was at like 3 million market cap, and last I'd looked, it was like at 15. It turns out someone external, internal, I don't know, at this point, basically drained 6% from the staking pool, and then sold half of it immediately on the DEX, which
Do you
was...
know how they were able to drain that from the staking pool?
So we have a report that basically shows that a signature was done by that owner wallet, but whether that owner, at this point, the PAL team is working with us. Our auditors are working with us. Everyone's trying to figure out how exactly it happened, and how this could have happened. And at this moment, we don't have an answer exactly how that could have happened, because there is nothing in the GitHub logs that shows like a change from the dev. So really it's something that's being investigated very, very hard right now. But what... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So there is and I'll say this up front, like, I know you, I know your wife, pretty awesome people. I don't think you would do anything like this, and I'm very good judge of character. But there are a couple of people, and this is a chance to just kind of get rid of some of the naysayers saying like, hey, this type of thing does happen from time to time, but a lot of times when it does happen, it usually is a rug, and 500K gone, no one knows who the team is, and they've already been accused. Granted, the 30 days was
I'm Billy. Hi, I'm Billy. I'm from Texas, and I am part of the SHIRO team.
And also the stuff that they were talking about being accused of shady stuff before, that was a long time ago. In crypto time, that was a long time ago. It was before
Yeah.
you came here. But yeah, in the aspect of, you said you had multiple teams working with you, which is great. Outside of the internal audits with those teams, was there any type of law enforcement that's involved?
Not as of yet. We're trying to do an internal investigation, really work with the PAL team, and allow them to figure out, you know, what's going on their end, right? We want to give them a chance to really figure it out. Then we can look at remediation, you know, kind of what that could look like for our projects, and really, you know, limit damage, right? At this point, it's all about damage control, and from both sides, right? Because you know, if everyone's trying their best and something bad happens, I mean, it happens, right? Like, and it sucks and it's terrible. And oh my God, I didn't breathe yesterday for like 12 hours. Like, I was on voice chat, on video chat. We were trying to figure it out. We're in DMs. Like, we're not going anywhere. The PAL team is not going anywhere, right? Like, both teams are professional. We're both really trying to do our best, and really want, you know, the best for this staking project, for everything, right? For this community. And the whole point of having the staking rewards is to reward the community. You know, we see that this community has been through hell, and really want to reward them. And so if you're part of SHIRO, if you're in SHIRO, you realize, you know, that this team is constantly giving out rewards, constantly giving back, constantly engaging with the community. And the people that are talking, like the comment there, are people that aren't part of SHIRO. They're not in there. They don't see it, because there's a group of passionate people that are just fully behind everything we do, because we are part of the community. You know, we're part of it. I'm an investor. I lost as much money as everybody yesterday, and bought the dip. You know, like, and yeah,
first dip.
Right. It was $500,000. So they sold 3% for 250,000 on the chart. It split into the two liquidity pools, because we have, basically, the team has added $250,000 in liquidity in a second liquidity pool to bolster liquidity, right? That's not something a scam team does, right? We put $250,000 out of pocket into a liquidity pool to bolster liquidity, right? We did 30,000 in buybacks yesterday. We have another 40,000 going in over the next 48 hours. It's already started. And you see the recovery happening. You see the plans coming to fruition, right? This is not a team that's here to get $500,000. And if so, we have so much supply in the multi-sig, like it just doesn't make any sense. We're burning supply on a daily of way more than that, right? We've burned.
There's been a lot of supply burned, and I guess so. On the good end, you have the people that essentially, like, they lost their staking rewards, they got rugged, and on the good end, you said, like, hey, we don't want that to happen. We want you guys to get your SHIRO back. So you went in and gave the SHIRO back to everyone that had essentially lost their stuff to make them whole. And that's great for the people where they don't lose any tokens, and then potentially maybe, you know, a tiny bit more on top of that. But what about the pound of flesh? Because there is someone that did act horrendously bad, and that pound of flesh, the community, or even people outside the community, even people that don't hold SHIRO, when I hear like a rug, you know, that has gone bad, you want to know that some justice is being carried out. Just want to say, like, is there any right now, Lee's, like, are there auditors or other people that are tracking the wallet that did that? Are there people that are following those wallets and seeing where those funds are going?
So yeah, the wallet sold full out, the 6%, and then went to Tornado Cash, which is a wallet mixer that basically makes it really, really difficult to track funds. So they used Tornado Cash to, I mean, this was somebody who knew what they were doing. use Tornado Cash to mix the funds and basically get it out. That being said, I mean, we do have an audit team that's already done an investigation, already seen, what happened. They found kind of, the idea of what happened, at least. And really now it's been put to PAL to really say, okay, this is what we're seeing. How could this have happened? Right. Because, there's got to be an explanation, and they're going to be the ones that have to do it. Or at least, try to give us an explanation as to what happened. Especially because, like I said, it's quite obvious, where the transaction came from. But again, there's a lot of different things that could happen to really, kind of have. I mean, there's so many things in crypto where things happen and someone gets a hold of something that they shouldn't and are able to do things like this. And I mean, I think the hack that happened to Sui, which is, I mean, it happens.
Like the same thing.
It happened. These things happen so often now, and it's really sucky and it's really sad. And, as someone who is not super technical, I mean, I write SQL, but I'm not a developer, right? I'm not someone who's going to go launch my own project and write my own code. That's not something I do. This is why you hire professionals, right? You hire PAL, you hire chain audits, and PAL is not cheap, right? Like they're one of the most expensive dev teams you could ever pick. But you do it because of the name. But with that, they have a name, right? So when something bad happens, you do expect some kind of, give and take and back and forth. And so, we're sitting back, letting the professionals be professionals at this point. Our auditors are on it from the start, talking to the dev team. And as someone who's not super technically inclined, I understand what's going on, but I'm letting them do their work, right? I'll let them do their investigation, and then we're going to look at how we can, come together as projects and repair the damage that was done. And as SHIRO, we're doing our own part, right? We've already started buying back. We have come up with a plan to basically refund all the staking that was drained. Now it's looking at, do we stick with the same staking DApp and have it fixed? Do we build another one? Do we scrap staking and just burn all the stake supply? There are options there that, are there, but at first it's really damage control and damage control within the community and the outer socials, right? Because that person that was leaving those comments is not alone in that thinking, right? And I get it, because it's crypto, and crypto has so many scammers and scum and terrible people in it. It's awful, right? You expect it at this point, and to have a team that goes to Toronto and shows themselves and is in front of a community and is fully doxxed, like these things aren't people are used to, right? They're not used to that. They're not used to a scam happening and then somebody coming out on camera and saying, hey, interview me, right? Like they're not. And I'm here because I care about this community. I care about the reputation of everybody in it. And everyone who's been part of this project, that's come around, saved the project first off, and then has really been working our day and night to make SHIRO something special, and SHIRO is, and I don't care if people see it now or say it now, that they're going to see that it is special, and we are starting to see our path to recovery already. And our plans have not changed. We have big plans with, you know, comic books and real world utility and you know, some really big things in the works that, you know, we want to build. We want to build you know, around this meme. We want to build DeFi apps and a bridge to Shibarium and other places and you know, a swap and a staking platform, and we want to innovate and do things different, and we're going to do all these things, and this isn't going to stop us, right? This is a setback. It's a big setback because now we're sitting here watching people, you know, sell our buybacks for a 2x off of like what they bought off a terrible floor, you know, that would have never ever got there, right? Like SHIRO had developed such a strong foundation and had been building up for months, and now we have to kind of rebuild up, but we have utility, we have a strong community behind us. We have a passionate community behind us who, even in, you know, the worst situation, was unwavering. And, you know, how could you not want to do best for them, right? Like, how could you not be passionate about working for someone or a group like that? And that's what I am. That's why I'm here.
So aside from putting out fires, which you did a lot the past couple of days, there's also another end of this where you do have to look to move forward. So tell us a little bit about what you have planned for the next week, about the buybacks, about not just the buybacks, but about the people that are buying for the next 7 days and what they might get for doing so.
Yeah. So actually, right now we are in a big. As part of this, we just launched our SHIRO Rise from the Phoenix, Rise from the Ashes campaign, which SHIRO has always been about a controlled burn, right? Like we do community incentivized burns, and make it fun, right? Because you could go burn 20% in one go, and it's done, and then people are like, when's the next one, right? Like, it just doesn't have that it's so anticlimactic, right? So we've done it over 6 months. You know, we're like, every week we were doing a burn based off of who showed up to a space, or, you know, certain elements that the community does. You know, if they hit enough votes in something, or you know, we did a stake to burn match, and now we are doing what probably will be our biggest burn week in our history, which is our buy to burn match. So right now, every buy that's not an R bot or, you know, an immediate sell, it is going to get matched with a burn. And that's up to 10% of our total supply, which is a total of like, what, $7 million, $8 million of supply that at this market cap, it would be about that much. I think it's about $8 million worth of supply, which would put us up around 30% of our supply. And I think that for us, you know, burning a big portion of supply at this point, incentivizing it with the community, you know, buying in and really supporting the chart, is something we, you know, are excited about. We also have just submitted our supply verification with CoinGecko. Coin market cap will be later tonight. And we do have a very, very big announcement on our development side coming out next week. Probably our biggest development to date for the future of SHIRO's growth and holder growth. So pretty excited about that. Agreed.
And SHIRO actually just posted another thing saying wanted the SHIRO bounty. Complete these tasks. You have to post on X with some positive vibes about SHIRO. You tag 3 friends. Give us your favorite personal SHIRO moment that you have with the community. Make a crossover meme that you would love to see, including SHIRO, example SHIRO X Avengers, and a one for hardcore rating. You could potentially get $50. How many winners is that going to be?
You know what? So this is the beauty of SHIRO. We have a team that's that's next level. I mean, we have such a great team that's so experienced from different avenues. We have people from the OGs of SHIB. We have people that have worked in Doge. We have people that have worked with Baby Doge. We have people that have worked on Chill Guy. And I mean, really, we have a team that has just got so much experience. And I mean, I don't know everything that happens. So that bounty, I actually didn't even know that bounty was happening. So, you know, this is when you have, you know, multiple people from running multiple different sections and campaigns. And we always have different things going on. We have one person who's dedicated almost specifically to partnerships, right? And to setting up partnerships for our project. And one that, you know, is managing the community mods, and one that's, you know, like we have a team that's specialized in so many different areas, and you bring those people together and you have just this wealth of knowledge. So it really is a special place to be as a project. You know, I consider myself a project manager, but on SHIRO, I'm just part of the team and part of the community. And, you know, we kind of all work together, and we're still finding that groove of working together, which is even cooler, because I feel like we haven't even hit our perfect stride. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you mentioned the SHIRO comic before. Any word on how that's going? Because it was pretty short at 10 pages, and we wanted it to be a little bit longer to go on VeVe. Have you heard from the artist if he's been able to do that?
I do know he's working on it. I have not heard an update on that. I will check in. I'll check in on it, because I do know for our physical copy of the comic, we ended up adding like some art pages to kind of make it longer. You know, he added some of the drawings and stuff, and it turned out really nice. But I think that he was working on those editions a while ago. So I'm curious what the update is on that. So I'll check in.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
Did you have any tokens that were affected in the Cetus hack today on Sui? There were Axel, SURI, Hippo, Squirt, Summon, B-Shark, Uni, Pikachu, Wet, Blub, ISG, Lofi, and Toilet, to name a few.
Those are some big names, and I have been following them because I've been really following the Sui ecosystem just for the DMC, DeLorean, and I've been really following Sui. So I've heard a lot about Toilet and Lofi, and you know, these other projects. Squirtle I've seen. But I don't own any of them yet. Myself, I've actually just been stacking up on the time capsules from
for the DeLorean.
Yeah, because you get some DeLorean airdrops and some extra DeLorean tokens for those. Basically, it's my way of getting more in the pre-sale, because I can't get any more in the pre-sale. So that's my way of getting a little bit more DMC for that launch, because I have a feeling it's going to be pretty epic. They just released a commercial today announcing the launch of their marketplace. They launched their marketplace, their online car marketplace today. And Patrick Stewart did the commercial announcement. It was pretty awesome.
Well, when are the and we might have a potential deal with them. I mean, show them this video where there's 1,000 people here right now. There's another. So I had a couple of friends that got the NFTs where they were the cars, and then one of those cars is going to get an actual real DeLorean. And then my friend Ken actually helped with the launch. Who's from Republic, who's CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit when we might hear some news about them, on when they might be launching, or on when there might be just another announcement from?
You know what? So the marketplace launch today was a huge one. I know at the end of the commercial, Patrick Stewart says "Win DeLorean." It was pretty cool. That commercial gave me chills. But I did see my dog is going nuts right now. I did see. Calm down. Sorry. He's like howling at me, and then he's running around the room because he wants out. But yeah, so I did see they were at Consensus a week ago. And on the board at Consensus, it did say that they were launching in May. So that doesn't leave much longer, if so.
It's soon. It's soon. We got a week left.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what today could have done to it, right? Like, as long as everything is fine with that, like that's scary. I'm, DeLorean has actually pushed the launch a couple of times already now, and thank goodness they weren't one of the projects that were there. But I do know they recovered a lot of money very quickly, and reacted very quickly, so they were able to recover quite a bit of the money. So
yeah, I got the toilet guys coming on in like 4 minutes. But before they come on, I wanna ask you: Have you been taking a look at this Diddy trial? Have you been?
I have not.
What, bro? The wildest things have been going crazy. So apparently, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that they found at his place is like the tip of the iceberg. He would have these girls, like they were women, but he wouldn't be like boinking them. He would hire male escorts to come in and boink them, and he would just baby oil out the yin yang. And every 5 minutes, he'd be like, "Okay, stop, everyone, stop," and put more baby oil on everybody. It is just insane. Bro, it's like today's OJ. I'm hooked. I can't stop watching.
Oh no! You know what? I have watched like 2 trials in my life, and they were the OJ and the Johnny Depp. Those are the two. Those are the two. The Diddy trial might actually be worth watching, just because.
My dog on a bee.
It's just because it's nice to know there's some more fucked up stuff out there than what you have. But actually, it's kind of sad as someone who I mean, have you ever watched Get Him to the Greek?
Yes. Oh my God, with Diddy.
His character in that movie is like the character I've always wanted to act as, and he's like God.
I actually, this was like 6 years ago, in the high risk lending business that I was in, you'd give out your money to business owners, and a lot of times it would just be like a bridge loan where they need it for X amount of time because they have a bunch of receivables that they're waiting on. And, we give them a prepayment discount if they pay early. Like if their loan is like a year long or whatever, but they pay in like 6 months or whatever, we give them that prepayment discount, and we could charge up to 24.99% interest. But then we're just like, oh, if you pay off early, we'll knock off 5 points. We'll give it to you like for 20%. So sometimes people would pay off after like a month, and we'd get 20% 1 month. I'd be like, I love this game. Yeah. And that was like the phrase. And I've used it like here. And obviously I still use it, but I took the phrase back. I didn't give it to Diddy. Like it's mine now. Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Shoot. Well, I appreciate you having me on. You got the toilet guys next, you said?
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, come on anytime, and they're all saying until they head over here. But yeah, come on anytime. So there was another comment saying did you say before that you don't know how the hacker signed the owner's wallet? Is that like a new thing that people have to be worried about? Like, hey, anyone, even if you have a multi-sig wallet, you have somebody that can fake the signature in?
So there are ways to mask a wallet or to get a signature of a wallet, and it would be through like negligence, right? It would be, it's not easy to do, but you can get a signature. And then once you have that signature, you can use that signature without having access to that wallet. And that's happened with like some multi-sigs. There was a big hack on one of the centralized exchanges. I think it was BitGet. Was it BitGet? Bybit, BitGet. It was one of the centralized exchanges, and basically their controller over the multi-sig signed a false transaction. So if you have like a multi-sig wallet and you're if you're looking at that multi-sig wallet, a lot of times what they're doing now is they're sending these transactions that look like real transactions for approvals. And if you're not careful, you can actually approve a transaction and they can get your signature and do things.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly like how that works, right? Like that's my understanding, right? But again, this is not my strength. This is not my specialty. This is where we ask the auditors go to our dev team. Those two communicate. The dev team now has all the information from the auditors, a report from them, and they have time to look into it, right? And they want to be sure before they say anything as well. So, but you know, we are going to expect a statement from PAL as to what they believe happened, and you know, we're going to work together on a strategy to repair, and that, you know, ideally looks like buying back a shitload of SHIRO. And you know, and then, you know, all these people that have believed and are here and supporting look like you know, they're pretty smart. So that's what we're here for, and that's what we hope. And I feel pretty good about our position right now. You know, like we've gotten through the hardest part. We've come up with a strategy. We have a plan. We have a big announcement next week. We're burning a bunch of supply. Like there's a lot to be excited about, guys. And SHIRO is strong. Like this community. I say it just about every time I talk about them. But I appreciate them so much. They give me energy. They give me, you know, a lot of motivation every single day. They're all over the socials. Like they raid hard every day. And they blow it up
all the time on that. Like I was in a meeting and I asked the guy, like, do you have a, because he's like, you know, the community kind of like abandoned us. We only get like a couple likes per post. I was like, well, do you have like a raid bot? Because we're trying that out in the VeVe and OMI community. And I was like, I see you guys go super. It helps that you have 20,000 people in that Telegram. But I see you guys on like every post. And I also want to say that for VeVe, like we can't wait to have you guys over on VeVe. Have you signed up for the app yet?
I have not.
Okay, link down below. And so everyone, if you want to go and support SHIRO when it comes out on VeVe, link down below to the VeVe app. You use my code, you get $10 free, 10 free gems in there, and you save that for when SHIRO comes out, or if you know, DACAT comes out, whichever comic comes out first.
Nice.
And you go in and buy a bunch of the SHIRO comics.
Nice. I will. We will share it in our socials. We will get you guys some signups tonight. That is happening. And what's up, DACAT fam? I see you guys. Big fan of DACAT. Big fan of the comic. You guys rock. Big fan. And always here to support the cats.
I can't wait till you know, you get on VeVe and we have our crossover eventually. We'll get at some point.
I love it.
All right, cool beans. Thank you so much for coming by. Go and you're welcome anytime you want to come on and chill and hang and relax. I have a whole other show to do. So, but we'll talk soon. I love you, and I will catch you later.
Thanks, Randy. Bye, guys.
Bye. Let's freaking go, Mosveen. Let's get this bread. I love this game. AI surprise for me. Okay, that's interesting. well, we shall see what that entails. I am ready. But as of right now, while we wait for the toilet people, there's a bunch more news to go over. Tom Cruise was spotted wearing a Bitcoin t-shirt at the premiere of Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. You go over and you have Senator Cynthia Lummis saying that Americans are ready to update U.S. gold reserves with Bitcoin. I repeat, Americans are ready to update U.S. gold reserves with Bitcoin. You also have Japan telling U.S. treasuries to defend the yen. Foreign demand for U.S. debt will accelerate a shift in treasury ownership from sovereigns to private stablecoin users. The balance of global power in global finance might be tilting toward crypto-backed reserves, USDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Why the Genius Act is critical is more news today. Ripple is making aggressive moves to acquire Circle, the USDC issuer. If successful, Ripple could control two of the largest treasury-backed stablecoins, potentially making it one of the largest private holders of U.S. government debt. They had just paid $1.25 billion for a prime broker Hidden Road, so there's a lot that Ripple is doing. Aloha, the Cray Mountain. Anyone going to Rebone? I unfortunately will not, but I guarantee you will see other people there. Hero has left, but we are here right now. Going over, there was a guy that was asking about OMI before, saying, do you believe OMI can be successful without VeVe being successful? And no, probably not. I don't know what would happen. Like, the token would take such a giant tumble if VeVe were to ever go out of business. Thankfully, that's not the case. We have a bunch of amazing stuff that's been happening over at VeVe. They seem to be getting a bit more users. They made a bit more money this month than the last few months. It seems like VeVe is at least 1 to 3 years out for seeing some real. I mean, they've already had success, and you don't make $400 million in a couple of years and not call that success. They are a massive, massive success thing. With that being said, investing in OMI feels like dead money. It always feels like you're throwing good money over bad money when investing in something that just isn't moving. Tesla did that for like 6 years. From any time between 2013 and 2018, you could have just thrown as much money as you wanted at Tesla, and it stayed relatively fat for 6 freaking years. And then finally in 2019, had a bit of a rise. Everyone was excited. And then the Rona hit everyone. Tesla stock dipped way, way down. That's when I was buying. I was just getting that bread. And then you had that V-shaped recovery. So again, I would say that if you have a investor feels like dead money, again, that's just what it feels like, even if you're going and investing in a good company. For example, like Apple, if you were to buy that in 2000, and then like $10,000 in 2000 would have been like a couple $1,000s in 2002. It would have been down like 80%. But if you had held that, it'd be millions now, millions. Next couple of years. So those are my thoughts on that. Now let's go to a couple new comments, yeah. John, saying Shiro handed out Brazilian favela rugs. What you think? I have no idea what favela rugs, but I'm going to take offense. So I'm going to say no. Let's get back to the rest of the news before the toilet people get here. VeVe Collectibles says the ever-loving blue-eyed thing returns. Ben Grimm steps out solo, embarking on a personal mission that leads him into the heart of the criminal conspiracy tied to his Yancey Street roots. Yancey Street, there just happens to be a lot of pro-hero people there. And what I mean by that is that's a reference to Captain America Civil War, where Yancey Street just happens to be where a lot of people that love Captain America, they love Ben Grimm, they just love heroes in general. And that's just, again, where they come out. When his unexpected visitor from his past sends him searching for a missing child, Ben must confront a gauntlet of superpowered foes, becoming a wanted man in the process. Definity is doing absolutely insane this month. They do insane every month. Different country, VeVe Fam. So Rudy from Nameco saying, VeVe Fam, need your help for something exciting. I'm looking for someone that knows how and is good at collaging a bunch of VeVe collectibles. DM me or send the right person my way. Please repost. This will be good for all of us. Can't heck and wait. DeCat token yesterday had breaking all types of records. They were the #1 community on Memezilla Coin, and they usually are every day. The U.S. Senate unanimously passed the No Tax on Tip Act. Shout out to them. Doggo Dango says $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of June, and you might be right. You might be right. Not today. German's government decision to sell $50,000 worth. 50,000 Bitcoin at $54,000 has cost them nearly $3 billion in missed profits. Germany can get wrecked. So you have Billy as one of the main spokesperson for SHIRO, and I don't know if the rest of the devs are docked. Hey, friend, how are you? You can start now. Oh, yeah, thank you. I mean, I had like 2 whole ass shows before you got here, but yeah, start now. I went over a bunch of stuff with SHIRO, OMI, DEVVE, DEFX DACAT, and then I just had Hero on from SHIRO talking about certain things, and then we'll be moving on, waiting for the toilet people to get in. After the cat says, "Woohoo, Randy, let's go!" Like the cat in the house. I love this game. All right, let's continue on. And let's see. I got the Blackpink stuff yesterday over on VeVe because I had to. There was going to be so scarce, so I had to. Yeah, that 40x whale, a billion long on Bitcoin with 40x leverage was bananas. Also, the Blackpink stuff made about 30 something thousand dollars. I have it. I probably should reach out. Let me see. I could reach out right now. Also, my X DMs are not going through. So if you're trying to DM me on X, it's just unfortunately not going to happen. Let me go to Benro. So he still follows me. I don't think he's really active as much. No, he hasn't mentioned anything since that one long reply. Oh, actually, he did 5 days ago saying, Howler to beer, Thompson whiskey representing New Zealand in the UK as it appears on GB News. So he did go and do that. Michael Bridge is saying, I'm glad that English whiskey featured on the news, showing the variety of whiskey categories in the UK. Scotch, English whiskey, Welsh whiskey, and Irish whiskey. I'm actually going to go and give them a message right now. Spoken. Hey, friend. Hope you know that I'm always here for anything that you need. Feel free to feel free to ask if you ever need anything. Period. Meow. Smiley face. Mm-hmm. You can leverage OMI on MEXC. It's not a lot though. It's like a really super small amount. And I don't know if you really want to, because if you go in and do it and actually leverage OMI over on MEXC, it's like it goes down like if it's 0002, if it goes down 000 like 185, it's you liquidated everything. So you don't really want to do that. You have JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and other major US bank explore creating a joint crypto stablecoin. Hey now, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. Sorry. Hey now, hey now. All right, sorry. We'll keep going. Yesterday, it was said that, was it VeVe Vet? Talking about how all of the rankings on Stacker, you can go to the leaderboard, see what you're ranked in, like how many Disney collectibles you have, how many Marvel stuff you have. And I didn't necessarily rank in any of the normal ones, but on the sub 100 Marvels, I'm actually number 6. That is Chavez Cat 5, number 6, right behind Rolex, right behind there. So good times. It was Charles Delgado, the VeVe vet, saying Stacker World has me ranked top 35 on VeVe. Collectibles rank 84, comics rank 33. And his Marvel rank is 26, which is hella impressive. I didn't see him. I'm not 100% sure where he is on the sub 100 Marvel stuff. But again, me being number 6, I'm very happy with that. I was number 2 at one point, and then everyone just blew past me. It was wild. Also, on May 5th, I said that VeVe was going to gross 500K in May, and everyone laughed, but no one's laughing now. 48. Bro, remember this dude? Isaac Miller, he posted that like, yo, Bitcoin's $100, bro. It's $100. And then he hodled and he bought more and he hodled again. That dude is just my heckin' hero. Love that man. My friends. Best way to on this day, 5 years ago, I was wondering how I could run guns to the Canadian business owners. Wild times. Thank you so much. I was just born. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Give me 1 second. I have to delete something. Good times. Binance founder CZ says that he feels sorry for those who sold Bitcoin at 77,000. And same here. Gary O at 1234CA3 says, thanks Namecoast for helping me acquire a couple secret rares this evening. Only 34 for Captain America number 310. And he did it. He got that bread. BlackRock has bought, this was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday they had bought $530 million worth of Bitcoin. Whales are loading up. And then shout out to Ladies on the Chain. I finished their comic yesterday. I have to go and talk to Pixie today. She's like the head. Her and Kim are like the head of the Ladies on Soul. So Ladies on Soul, again, I finished their comic. We are now going to host a competition for who's going to be the best artist, and whoever the best artist is will be able to go and draw it. It's 26 pages. Only charge them for 25, but it's 26. And they are, I can't, it's a really cool story. I can't wait to tell. I can't wait for people to read it. Honestly, this is, and again, we do bring them into the DeCat universe. You'll have to read it to find out, but it's really heckin' cool. So it says, how do we provide liquidity for the token? So anyone could add liquidity on Uniswap, like because OMI has like none. It is like pathetic. Let's take. I'll show you. Let's type in OMI and let's type it on base. So it shows that for a $58 million market cap, it's like $266,000 in volume, almost 267. And what you could do is you could add liquidity to it. Like you could say, like, okay, I want to add another 50K the liquidity, so 25K in OMI, 25K in ETH. And then what happens is it will go to the pooled OMI and the pooled ETH, and then you just go in, and this is on base. So it's ETH on base that you have to do. And then you just get a little bit of the rewards. There is impermanent loss and stuff like that, but that is going to be for another time. Modifiable, minimal, top 10 holders on this. 43% of the OMI on base is held by the top 10 holders. Wild. I thought about doing that at some point as well. And if my other stuff goes up way before OMI, then yeah, I'll totally do that. But I would expect to have a couple more either exchanges or a couple of other. I don't expect OMI to be down here forever. So we'll see. Pokemon, speaking of Pokemon, they have 3. What? Oh, Barcaster's doing legit. All right, let's keep moving. Nos Clint says, thank you, Tina Sells for you and Namecoast for the great Mother's Day space. Also, thank you, Randy Chavez, for the giveaway. In fact, let's do another giveaway right now. Let's do another giveaway right now. It'll be a VeVe giveaway. What brand of beer is this? Whoever types in what brand of beer this is down below, you will win a VeVe giveaway. And whoever does that, like I said, you get a free collectible. It is not Corona. I had a Corona before, but it is gone now. This is a different. It is not Victoria. I will continue on with the show until I see whoever posts it first. It is not a Modelo, Brandon. The Martini guy says, update, Strategy is currently sitting on over 23 billion in unrealized gains from their Bitcoin holdings. It is not Dos Equis. It is not Modelo. It is not a Coors Light. Does this look like Coors Light to you? It is not a Stella. I'll keep you all in suspense. It's not one of those though. Moving on, you have Charles Delgado saying, buying OMI on base. You're close. You're close. It is not a Miller Lite Ultra, but it is close. Buying OMI on base wasn't bad at all. I do have a Stacker account. Does that automatically give me a wallet to send my recently OMI purchase? And yes, it does. Charles Delgado, you are correct. Crypto Delgado says yes. Extra skinny life. No. I mean, at this point, I'll just settle for like the brand, and the brand. I'll just, because it's a. I mean, it is a light beer. What up, Kuma? How's it going, Kuma? You might be able to get a free VeVe collectible. It is not Milla Ultralight is close, but it is not that. It is not that. Kuma is still winning on the VeVe auction for the. It is not Heineken. It is not. All right, no, it is. It is not. It is the. This was close. That was closer than not Modelo, as already said. Mr. MC1 trying to get this bread. I will just settle for, like, again, just the brand, like the first name, and then and then we'll go in, and whoever gets that. I should probably have done like a Pokemon question. Yeah, I would have gotten the Pokemon question. It's just what type of beer is this? Like what brand? Like what's the name of it? And we have people that got close. It's not Marzen. It's not O'Doul. It's not Bud Light. It's not a. It's, no, it's not Yingling. It's an ultra pure gold. But what is an ultra pure gold? What is the name that comes before ultra? It's not Miller. It is not Miller. It is a something ultra pure gold. It's an organic light lager. It is. This is like the worst. Like this is the worst y'all have done in an age. Ash Crypto Real says $308,160,000 worth of shorts has been liquidated in the past X amount of time. Mikkel, he didn't even spell it right. It's Michelob. It's Michelob Ultra. You didn't spell it right, but you get it because I'm tired of playing this game. So Broxel Payday wins. It is a Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Light. So Broxel Payday, just DM me on X, and then I'll with your VeVe name, what your VeVe name is, and then I'll go in and I'll tell VeVe to send you the collectible that you want. But 1,300 people here, and yeah. Anywho, I like it. I feel. Why am I feeling attacked right now? It's light. It's nice. It's 85 calories. So fight me. I need it. Anyway, let's keep on going. Global M2 money supply is exploding, and Bitcoin is following it. Actually, we haven't taken a look at Bitcoin in almost 20 minutes. That's a SpongeBob reference for those of you that don't know. $2,659 for Ethereum, but what about Bitcoin? 11,266, or 111,200. Actually, 291 now. Jumped up a nice 30-something hairs there. What is the low it's been today? And then after we do the low, we'll go in and do the high. Oh my God. No, I don't want to be on Pump Fund. I don't know why I accidentally went to Pump Fund. The low of the day is 109,851. Well, that was 24 hours ago. The high of the day is I think it's 111.9, because that's what it reached. How many OMI would you recommend your best friend? If it's my best friend, I don't know. I'd be like, if it's my best friend, then they're intelligent. They know. I would say like a third of their, like, whatever their like net worth is. Well, I'll say this: half of their net worth should be in crypto, and out of that half, a good 25% should be in OMI. I would tell my friend. I'd say another 25% should be in DEVVE, another 25% should be in Definity, and the other 25% should be split up into a bunch of stuff. And then I would obviously tell him to buy DACAT because that's my IP, and he would buy that. I don't even think he would buy it as like a favor, like, oh, okay, I'll buy. He would buy it as like, because if that's my best friend and they know me, they're not going to bet against me, and they're like, okay, yeah, I've seen what you can do. I'm going to buy some DACAT. Actually, yeah. So X amount on YouTube, X amount on X. So I would just, it wouldn't be a certain amount of OMI. It would just be a certain percentage of his net worth. The other thing that's part of it, the other 50% would be, okay, you need a stake, like you need like a place of residence, multiple storage units, a bunch of weapons, canned food, like a bug out thing in case shit goes crazy. a bunch of currencies as well, just a bunch of stuff like that. This has made me. Oh, you guys are cute. All right. Anyway, let's continue on. I don't know what happened to the toilet peeps. Oh, all right. Copy that. Copy that. Let me go in and Hustler 87 on VeVe. Okay, let me give this to my man. Where is my man? My collectibles, where you at, girl? Girl? Oh my gosh, I can't find him. Okay, I have to search for him now. My collectibles. And I'll give him a message and I will say, hey, hey, there's nothing else like a VeVe winner giveaway. Hey, hey, never gonna be that way. Okay, so now my collectibles from VeVe has your name on VeVe, and he will get you that post haste. All right, let's continue on. Coinbase reveals 69,461 users affected in December 2024 heist. Bitcoin had that new all-time high of 109,462. White House crypto czar David Sachs says that stablecoin bill will unlock trillions for the U.S. Treasury. What with another all-time high is Bitcoin 111. Then we went to like 111.9 today. Strategy is going to sell up to 2.1 billion of 10% of preferred stock in order to buy more Bitcoin. FIFA signs a partnership with Avalanche to build its own blockchain. Thought that was interesting. And you have, this is crazy, someone just paid 1 Bitcoin in fees for a single transaction, which is heckin' nuts. All of Definity's partners have market cap over 100 million. I'm excited. Yeah, Definity is going to go insane. I don't know when, but I know that the amounts that they're adding to their P&L does not match up to what their market cap is. Easily add a 0, likely 2 zeros. And again, adding 2 zeros is 100x from here, but you easily add a 0 just based on what they're doing right now in P&L. And that's going to double before the end of the year. And at some point, because of the gaming repo and the crypto, like that'll double and triple again. Like, yeah, Definity is one of my favorite plays. It's one of the only ones that I think could potentially justify a 1000x. Yeah, could OMI get to 20 cents? Sure. Is it going to? Probably not. Like 1000x is really hard to freaking do, especially if you're at a $50-something million market cap like OMI already is. And so, well, what about DEVVE? Again, DEVVE can, like 100x for DEVVE is not outside the realm of possibility, just because of what it can do. And again, I read that like dissertation from Tom Anderson before, and it's just he's very smart. And when I say that, not like, oh yeah, I can add like numbers in his head. No, this dude is too smart, like freaky deaky smart. Like, oh, you're one of those people that can like crazy smart, and just an amazing dude also. Mr. MC1 excited about both Definity and DEVVE. Agreed. We're gonna have a lot of and if you want to get in on the DEVVE game, link down below to the DEVVE people that go in and want to be on the exchange and want their own referral code. We'll have a bunch of stuff. The cat comic seems super interesting. Yeah, you have, so Ladies on Soul was just done, and I just had a meeting. I can't say who it was with yet, but there's a good chance that I'll have 2 other comics that I'll be writing for those people to get on VeVe, and it'll be same as Ladies on the Soul, kind of its own standalone with a DACAT tie-in. Everybody, again, am I that cat from Aristocats, that famous Disney movie? Everybody wants to be a cat. Everyone wants to be in the cat world, in the comic universe. SHIRO's obviously doing something on their own, but then we'll 100% get a crossover with the cat as well. Waiting for them to work that out. Hey, Nelson. Okay. Moving on here. It's possible. Yeah. One entire Bitcoin in fees is heckin' nuts. BlackRock just bought $24.9 million worth of Ethereum. Majorly bullish for it. CZ says, we are doing what we can to help Sui. Not a pleasant situation. Hope everyone stays safe. Michael Sarah's strategy is going to raise $2.1 billion to purchase more Bitcoin. That dude is a mad lad. Global options open interest has climbed to $56.5 billion notional, the highest since December 2024. Bitcoin leads with 83.95% of total OI, reflecting strong institutional demand. Michael Schumacher's Ferrari could sell for $17 million. Yes, for real. This weekend in Monaco, some rich F1 fan might drop nearly $17 million on a car Michael Schumacher drove once to win the 2001 Monaco Grand Prix and the world title. The car is nicknamed the Crown Jewel, which is fitting since you basically need royalty level money to buy it. F1 merch is booming. Helmets, nose, cones, even broken brake parts are getting snapped up like limited edition Jordans. One of Senna's old helmets sold for almost $1 million, and it's just a helmet. Blame Netflix and Brad Pitt's upcoming F1 movie. Suddenly, everyone wants to own a piece of the fast life, even if they can't drive a stick. Comment over here. Abe says, assuming still no word from Bumper. No, I reached out to him because you guys want me to get him on, and I reached out and they haven't said anything. I'll take a look at their X account. I don't think they've been active on X in a while. 5 March was their last post. Yeah, that's it. 5 March was their last post, both posting or replying. So again, really, really wish that they would go in and at least say something, but they haven't yet. So we'll see. But let me take a look at Bumper on the day and see if they did anything. 11.3. Okay, where's the bump? Bump it up. Down 0.8% on the day. $500 in volume, $270,000 market cap. Again, crypto is wild. We'll see what they can do. We'll see what happens. It says, what a bummer. Let's get Manu and Chris on. Within 2 weeks, they'll get on. Within 3 weeks, either the end of this month or early next month. I'd rather them do it the beginning of next month because the end of the month you usually have like a push, and I'd rather not take away from stuff that they're doing. So hopefully early June, but you might be able to get it in late May. I really want. Anyway, Sui at 3:52 a.m. Pacific time, 6:52 a.m. my time. We became aware of an incident concerning Cetus. Cetus team has our active support in this ongoing investigation and will provide further updates as soon as they become available. Basically, there's an incident detected on the protocol, and the smart contract has been paused temporarily for safety. The team is investigating the incident at the moment. A further investigation statement will be made soon. They are grateful for everyone's patience. So something I noticed from Utila, and this was 5 days ago on LinkedIn, saying Utila expands on and off-ramp token support as financial institutions scale stablecoin operations across an expanding set of blockchains. The need to seamlessly convert between these digital assets and fiat has become more critical than ever. That's why we've expanded our supported token coverage for fiat and crypto conversion. Adding to our existing battle-proven integration with Bridge, institutions can now also on and off-ramp the following assets directly via Utila. USDC on Solana, Base, Optimism, in addition to existing support on Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Avalanche. USDT on Tron, in addition to existing support on Ethereum, then PYUSD on Ethereum and Solana, and EURC on Solana. These additions, Utila continues to simplify stablecoin payments for businesses and institutions across the most active blockchain networks. Now, is Dfinity connected in any way, shape, or form? Well, if you check the Q1 update on X, it confirms that Dfinity is Utila's primary partner for all fiat on and off ramping. So it would be interesting to hear more from Manu and Chris about the support for all the different chains and how that works. I imagine that's done on Utila's side, but again, we are the main primary partner for all of the fiat on and off ramping. So yeah, let's move on here. What's Mr. Alfred Kahn up to? Oh, we talked a couple times this last week. Actually, I don't know if I could play that. I could play it now. I cannot play it now. I don't have it. So he did a quick video for the First Responders Children's Foundation and also for the charity event that we're doing. Okay, this ponytail is not holding any of my hair. So there's a video for that. I'm not 100% sure what he's going to donate, but it is going to be really cool to see. We'll post the video in like an actual video. Me and VeVe Magic will do an update, something like that in the next week or so. Let me Let me see if she's available Sunday. I'll text her right now. She sent me so many freaking Instagram reels today. You available Sunday for a stream to show Al's new video? Question mark? Meow? Question mark? So we shall see. Moving on. Feds. Waller expects Fed to cut rates in second half of 2025 if tariffs are dropped. I wish they would cut rates sooner, but you know whatever. It's fine. Neither here nor there. And then we'll go over. It's been an hour 35 already. There's a bunch of stuff to go over today, but I already did a lot of it. Where were I? Okay, before I get to that, Randy, are you going to India? Aladdin vibes. I might go in September. It's my friend's birthday in September, and I think he wants me there for it. So I'll go in and yeah, I might go in. I just have so much going on in September. I have a wedding. I have a friend I have to see in New York. I might go to Aruba. And then Gary Baseman's birthday is in September. Might go out to Cali for that party. But yeah, my friend might want me to go for his birthday. I don't know how old he's turning. I think he's in his 50s. He might be 60. Give me 1 second here. Let me Google it. Oh yeah, he's turning 60. I'm probably gonna go. 60th birthday. You know, you gotta get that bread. Anyway, let's dude, you like. Here's May. There's April. There's March. There's February. There's January. Like again, like it's nonstop every day. Thankfully, in June, it's not that booked yet, but it will. It will. It will. Anyway, let's move on here. Every Democrat opposed it. 2 Republicans broke ranks. The bill would extend Trump's 2017 tax cuts and slash $1.5 trillion in federal spending, including cuts to Medicaid and climate programs. Also repeals tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act, a key Biden law. Republican leaders spent days herding votes, especially from the ultra-conservative House Freedom Caucus, who nearly tanked it. Final vote came in at 6:30 a.m. after an overnight session. Some lawmakers hadn't slept in over 24 hours. The Senate, where Democrats hold more power, is expected to rewrite large portions of the bill. But we will see what comes up with that. Everyone comment F down below to pay respect to all the tokens that got messed up in the SUI thing that were down 75 to 92% today. U.S. government is going to stop circulating new pennies by early 2026. Good, good. Oh, we have a couple of things to read here too. Oh, what do I do first? I don't know what they're talking about. I'm making my own decision. Sorry, I love Ozzy Osbourne. You know, when I was younger, when I wore younger man's clothes, Billy Joel reference. Elton John or Billy Joel? Oh God, it's gonna bug me forever. Anyway, me and this girl Brittany. She was my first serious girlfriend. We were super young, but first I had like another girlfriend when I was like 11, and we like kissed. And anyway, her sense of romance could be a little dark. Mostly white girl, but every now and then a little dark. And we had a plan to get married by Ozzy. Like, we're gonna go to Vegas. Ozzy Osbourne was gonna officiate the wedding. It was good times. It was great times. Great times. I miss my youth. Anyway, Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia shares are going to trade as digital tokens on crypto exchange Kraken. Kraken, the cryptocurrency exchange, plans to allow non-US customers to trade Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, and other popular stocks as tokens over a digital ledger. Such tokenized equities would make it easier for non-Americans to invest in US stocks. Company says, like Bitcoin, they would trade. Oh man, I can't read the rest of that. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Ends, family barbecue. Fudge. What about Saturday? At 9 p.m. Okay, cool. What about Saturday? Yeah, dude, I know, right? I know. That would be, dude, getting married by Ozzy would be such a legendary thing. It'd be so awesome. There is something that I do need to read. This is from CBR. Well, Boom Studios confirms an unfortunate update for potential customers, and it happens very soon. Boom Studios titles are officially set to be removed from many digital library platforms at the end of this month. The change follows Penguin Random House's acquisition of the publisher last year, and libraries are already warning readers of the upcoming changes. Long story short, a lot of digital stuff for comic books ain't working out. I think this is where VeVe comes in. I might make my entire VeVe thing for it. And the reason why is because I might make its own video, because I don't know how many people are going to watch an hour 40 of the content just to get to here. But shout out to everyone that's here already. If you want to continue to be profitable and you want to continue to make money and at the end of the day also stay relevant, you need to go to VeVe. VeVe is where the audience is. VeVe is where the money is, and VeVe has the forward thinkers that thought to think of this years ago. I mean, the comic industry has been in decline for a while, but man, VeVe is so innovative at keeping these things alive. This is why I'm so mega bullish on it, and I'm working on doing something. I'm working on getting a couple of things done where I should be able to get a little bit of money and get a little bit more OMI. So I'll keep you all posted. I will. Are you? Cool. I have my show at Saturday. Okay. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think I'm gonna stream with VeVe Magic. Let me just give a Magic stream 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's Saturday, and then tomorrow I have should be fine. Let me give her some hearts because I love her. Say, bum, 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 I got you, babe. And thankfully, not too much going on tomorrow. I can take a break. And I'm curious what Sanjay mentioned like a week ago. He's so excited for something, and he hasn't been this excited since VeVe Comics. And there's no way it could be that big. Like there's, but maybe it is. I don't know what it could be. I don't. Anyway, we do have some other VeVe news to go over today. Let's just go down the list on X for VeVe, because they did tease Miss Pac-Man today. They said pop culture anniversary gaming. Happy birthday to the legendary Pac-Man video game. So it's not Ms. Pac-Man that came out a few years later. Pac-Man video game on May 22nd in 1980. A yellow pie-shaped Pac-Man character who travels around a maze trying to eat dots and avoid or hunting ghosts quickly became an icon of the 1980s, and to this day, Pac-Man remains one of the most popular video games in history. Pac-Man, your favorite vintage video game of all time? Share your favorite memories of this game in the comments below. I said, when Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Sue. Potential Human says Clyde, not Sue, but you know what? Sue is better. She replaced Clyde in Ms. Pac-Man, and that is what I want to, I'll always refer to her as. Anyway, VeVe had a drop today. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I was busy. I had stuff to do. And if VeVe would load any faster, I would show you. Okay. The latest drops, Hulk 1962. Out of how many? 5,000? Oh, it's 2,000 of these. So let me Google. What is this going to be? Yeah, it's 30 days only. It's number 449. And they keep 268. So 1,000, yeah. 1732. And what we'll do from there is just minus 655. Then we minus 322. And then we minus the last one of 48. And we times it by, oh, they actually made $7,000 here on the comic today because it's $10 per comic. So, and this is not going to mean diddly squat to anyone, but a lot of the comics in like February, March, and April, they made like $2,000, $3,000. Now, granted, this one is first appearance of the Thunderbolts. They just had their own movie, so maybe, you know, a little bit, but this is $7,000. And I get it. I know it's like Chavez, that doesn't mean anything. And in the grand scheme of things, you're right. It's a drop in the bucket. But you can't look at things in such a view of like, oh, if it doesn't make 50K or 30K, you know, it was a waste. You have to look deep into the numbers and deep into the metrics and say, like, okay, is this what we want out of I mean, the max it could have, gotten. So it's 2,000, and I think it was minus 2,600. The max it could have gotten was 17,320. Did we get half of that? No. Did we get more than a third of that? Yes. So either way, this wasn't going to fit some weird metric where, yeah, made 30,000, cool, 50,000, great. This wouldn't have gotten that anyway. And a lot of there's a couple of other things where, again, the comics make like 1,500, 2,500, maybe 3K in February, March, April. But over the last month, I've seen that take baby steps upwards. And now, so again, is this a crazy thing that sold out in seconds? And are we 100% back? No, that didn't happen. But it's better than what we've been getting because we've had a return of users. We've had a lot more money flowing in. Now, granted, a lot of money flowing in just because of Star Wars month. It's going to be May, all that jazz. But the markets are turning around, and I think I had maybe purchased a couple $100 worth from the store, like this year, because like, hey, I'm just going to put most of that money into crypto. And then I go in and spend 300 on it yesterday for the Blackpink stuff. So, and why? It's because people have more money. It's because the market is turning around. And why are most people broke after they win the lotto? Like 5 years later, broke as shit. Because they don't know how to spend money. So when people that have never really had money before, they invest in something goes stonks, and then suddenly they have money, it's found money, and what do? They spend it. Oh yeah, I don't mind spending a couple $100 here. I just made $8,000 in crypto today. Let me shell this out here. And that's going to happen to VeVe again and again and again to no avail, where people are just going to just throw money at it because they can, whether it's for flexes, it's what they genuinely like, or it's like crack to some people. Like, it feels good. Like, does it feel good to eat a whole pizza afterwards? No, but like as soon as you eat the pizza, it feels great. Like as soon as you go in, like it's that short-term serotonin dump. It's that short-term fix, that hit that people need. Like most people feel pretty bad after they drink, you know, the night before. It's like, why did I do that? But because it's so fun in the interim, it's so fun while it's happening. I'm gonna buy it. I did it. So they get the hit on the serotonin when they load the gems. You know, their senses are heightened. They get a hit on the serotonin when they get the little confetti. That little confetti is such a big marker that is attacking the biology of everyone that's here. Celebrate, you win. You want to know how to like train dogs to like go outside? You embarrass yourself and you say, "Yay, you did PBs!" Like you went outside, throw a party. And if you're not embarrassed that your neighbors might see you training your dog wrong, it's the same thing what VeVe's doing when they have the confetti come in. You are rewarding someone with that tiny, tiny little hit of serotonin, like you did something good. It's like when you're on the toilet and you're playing Pokemon and your Pikachu grows a level. Yes, I grew a level. +2 speed, +2 attack, +1 defense. And you get that little, like, are you actually doing anything productive? No, you're on the toilet playing Pokemon, but it feels good. This is why people play video games, because it feels good to grow. It feels good to go and get that thing, like you're doing something, like Adrian talking to Rocky. Like you're training, you're spending all this time with this Tommy. You're going to spend any time, spend it with your son. I know it feels good because it feels like you're winning again. Because when Tommy the machine gun is winning, Rocky feels like he's winning as well because he never really went away from it. And VeVe's doing that same thing every time you load the gems. Congrats, you got new gems. Every time you buy something, the confetti comes in. I don't know if anyone else like notices that and how deep they're going in, but it's working. Slowly but steadily, they get that serotonin, and people could go in and spend money wherever they want, and they do. But a lot of people keep coming back to VeVe. Anyway, let's move on. Bill Gardner, I think that was Dad. You are way behind. This was like hours ago. It wasn't that long ago. It was about 30 minutes ago that it was, and yeah, It's like so sad we can't solve this. Oh, I love you guys. You're like Internet Explorer down there. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. I got to read the rest of that. I don't think I really need to read the rest of that article. I've been going for almost 2 hours. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep reading the rest here. Bleeding Cool reports that Boom Studios comics will be pulled from library digital platforms that use Comics Plus after 30 May 2025. So they came out with this yesterday, like 28 hours ago. They came out with this article. So they gave people 9 days notice. Like, yeah, we're going to pull your stuff from the digital platforms in 9 days. Change comes as a result of Penguin Random House's limitations on digital book distribution by libraries, and it'll completely cut off access to the comics publisher titles as a result. Many libraries offer comics to their patrons via Comics Plus, which is powered by Library Pass, and includes thousands of digital comics and manga without holds, waitlists, or monthly borrowing limits. Statement from Comic Plus recently confirmed the sad news fans of Boom Studios titles. Comics Plus confirmed that while losing access to Boom's catalog was disappointing, they will continue to support other independent publishers that are more library friendly, including Dark Horse, Dynamite, Image Comics, Mad Cave, Oni Press, Tokyo Pop, and Yen Press. I know we have Dynamite. Do we have Dark Horse? Do we have Image? I feel like we have a bunch of these. All roads lead to VeVe. Last summer, Penguin Random House acquired Boom Studios, which is now part of Random House World's portfolio of imprints at the Random House Publishing Group. Unfortunately, Penguin Random House doesn't support the unlimited access nor engagement models that Comics Plus requires to serve our library and customers. To comply with PRH's ebook policy, we will be deactivating all Boom titles in all Comics Plus customer accounts on May 30th. That is wild. Libraries around the world, including the city of Parramatta libraries in Australia, are already letting readers know that many of the beloved Boom Studios titles will be leaving their digital collection soon, and explaining that the change is due to Penguin Random House, throwing them right under the bus. Boom Studios comics will be removed from Comics Plus collections for both adults and kids. Oh, that is rough. Studios was acquired by Penguin. Yep, I run over that. Collection include Dune, House Atreides, Planet of the Apes, Artesia, Firefly, Garfield, Lumberjanes, Bee and Puppy Cat, and many others for all ages. Read them quickly or miss out. Physical comic books are expected to still be available in libraries, with the change only set to impact the digital delivery of titles. Those interested in reading Boom series at their local library will now have to check out the books in person, potentially waiting for a copy to be available. Boom Studio titles will officially leave the Comics Plus platform and its corresponding libraries on 30 May. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Rip in pasta. Damn, MicroStrategy is going hard. Announced a sales agreement pursuant to which Strategy may issue and sell shares at 10% of its Series A perpetual Strife preferred stocks at 0.001 par value per share, which is the perpetual Strife preferred stock, having an aggregate offering up to $2.1 billion. The ATM program. Strategy expects to make sales of perpetual Strife preferred stock pursuant to the ATM program in a disciplined manner over an extended period, taking into account the trading price and trading volumes of the perpetual Strife preferred stock at the time of sale. I'm going to go over and do a couple of tweets that I'm going to read. Oh, actually, we got to do the Lisbon thing. VeVe party, Lisbon rooftop party. So this is going to come out in 13 hours from now, 13 hours, 6 minutes. Limited edition. All right. So long story short, if you have one of the red, green, blue, or gold tickets from New York Comic Con, you will be able to go in and mint one of these. It's automatic access. If you hold the VeVe New York Comic Con VIP entry ticket collectible, your New York Comic Con gold and silver logo is your golden ticket, so there is no crafting required there. No burning necessary. You're automatically in and guaranteed access with one ticket redeemable per holder. So here, invite, blah, 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 time limited, colors. And only 1,000 are available. So if you have the green or red or whatever, go and burn one of the cheapest of those. And how much? It's going to be 1,000 of them. So I don't expect these to be crazy expensive. It might be worth $50 though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what they are. But let's go to crypto Twitter and let's see what everyone else is talking about. No. Laura Rodriguez says DMs are acting up on X. It shows 5 new messages. Click on it and nothing to see. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there. I have a bunch of new messages, but none of them I can see. So, yeah. If you need to DM me, good luck. Minor setbacks. Yep, Pepe on Sui, Mad Dog. Let me text this guy. Be like, be advised, I'm going to end the show soon. Unless you're coming on, then I will wait. So let me know. Nobu says, God, this app is ass. Bring back Jack. No, bring back Jack. Former CEO of Twitter and actually former CEO of, I think, Cash App as well. Novel says, SEC Kennedy, we're funding honest research again because the only way you can get good science is through replication. If you don't have replication, you don't know whether other scientists looking at the same data will arrive at the same conclusion. Oh my God, new TikTok, no way. People posting about Pepe, interesting. What's the universal system prompt? What? Amjad Masad, who is the CEO of Replit, 180,000 followers. That said, it's no longer simulation theory, it's prompt theory. Flag really says, wake up, man. I can't read that. Yeah, I've said it before. When I was on, I saw it most notably when I was on a cruise with Last Lunch, some girl, Brittany. By the way, when I mentioned the Brittany before, that was not the Brittany from VeVe, completely different Brittany. I noticed that just on the cruise looking out at the water, I was like, doesn't this look like a video game rendering? Like, you know, other land is out there, you just can't see it because you haven't gotten there where it renders. It just looked so much like that. Oh, Travis Wright says VEO and 3 Google I/O madness the last couple of days. It's been wild. Tom Bibian says engagement is down since DMs aren't working. DMs are not working. It's wild out there, people. Leaves Crypto says Solana long continues to impress. Full TP set at 190. Damn. Leaves Crypto has a Solana long on. Good for him. Oh God. Leaves Crypto says if I saw this happen to. Oh, okay. Nope. Listener, outfit repeater. Yeah, this is wild out here. Oh, Millie is saying, love her. Look how cute her digital collectible is. Talking about Lisa. Some Doge millionaires is my take on Doge in 2025. Most people like to compare what Doge did in 2021 to what they think it will do in 2025. So I like to take a more realistic approach, even if I do seem a bit reserved in my predictions when it comes to Doge. I'm sure you guys want me to say Doge to $5 or $10 or $20. But the reality is Doge is more likely going to do a move similar to 2017 than 2021, which means if I stay conservative, I believe it can 5 to 10x from here versus what it did in 2021, which was much, much higher. The reason I say this is because 2021 was a very special year for Doge. Here are the top 3 reasons why. GameStop debacle led retail investors to pull out from the stock market and enter crypto. Meme stocks to meme coins, Doge being the biggest one and only meme coin available on Robinhood. Elon sporadically tweeting about Doge 24/7 and many times in a row when he did tweet about it, which was very often throughout the year. And number 3, Doge basically having an SNL episode dedicated to it and being put out in front of millions of people, plus being mentioned to the media 24. But that was like, they jumped the shark with that. It never, yeah. 2021 was a perfect storm year for Doge. I don't think we'll see a similar move to 0.002 to 75 cents in 2025, but Doge to $2 is actually quite possible, in my opinion. Take that with a grain of salt because many people said Doge wouldn't even cost 10 cents in 2021, and we saw what happened, but I digress. Let's take a look at what is Doge at now? My eye. I have something in my eye. Doge is at 24 cents. Yeah. I mean, 8x is $2. I mean, 10x from here is $360 billion market cap. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, 4x from here, it's still over 10. It's like, yeah, a lot. Anywho, let's keep on going to get to the two. Actually, I don't have to. It's like 1 minute left to the 2 hour mark. Would I be on camera? You don't need to be. You can turn your camera off. Oh, actually, so the toilet people are coming on. Okay, let's get the spread. Land the final blow on the gorilla. Oh no, no. Harambe, too soon. No, sorry, buddy of mine sent me a text, sent me a message. Oh, how day. All right, let's share this. Everyone, let us welcome the toilet intern from Toilet. Oh gosh. Okay. My man, how you doing?
Hey man, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you right now. I'm just gonna go quote this and be like, let's welcome the toilet dust. Yeah, it was a wild day. You must have woken up to an absolute bloodbath and shit show. Can you tell us about that? Because I haven't seen it from anyone that had been affected by it. It's all been people on the outside for now.
Yeah, I always talk about being on your toes because being behind a project, you just never know what might happen. And most of us who have been in crypto for a long time, we've kind of survived Celsius, FTX, amongst many others. I was one that had a lot of money in FTX, and I remember getting the call that what we thought was our money was probably being used for other purposes, and it was probably ghost money.
Yeah.
And so I got a phone call from our co-founder, my best friend and business partner, at 4 in the morning, my time. And ironically, a few hours before I went to bed, we had a conversation about LP, and we actually removed all our LP except one double-sided LP. Um, and so
What,
essentially,
what
oh,
came to
sorry.
that conclusion? Like, why did you guys decide to remove that?
That's a good question. And so, this is our first time doing anything like this, and the LP is such a tricky situation because there's so many different beliefs on how to run the LP. Essentially, a thicker LP would give larger investors confidence, but it may be harder to have the chart run than a thinner LP, right? And so
Yeah.
in the beginning, when we went from like kind of launch to 7 million market cap, we had at the time like a 3.5 million market cap with a 1.5 million LP.
Damn.
And essentially what happened is we got to 7 million and we kind of became exit liquidity by doing that, right? And so we got to learn, and thankfully we learned quick. But with today, the majority of our LP has always been in Cetus, and we have nothing but great things to say about them. And we just had one double-sided LP that I think got hit. It's hard to tell because everything that you look at wallet-wise is a different number than what it actually is.
Yeah.
And so the thing that I was telling Ari, I'm like, let's just let it be. Whatever is going to be. Let's not log in. Maybe we're okay. And if we log in, he might, whoever he is or she, might
Mhm.
remove the LP. And so we just kind of let it play out. Um, and apparently it was kind of a breach. Um, and the person moved quick, but thankfully Miston Labs and Sui moved pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
We had a space this morning that Lofi held, that everyone hopped on, including the co-founder of Sui, and basically said what was going on, and they were able to essentially freeze 160 million of the total amount that was taken, um, which to me is a good thing, right? I know, I don't know if you guys have talked about this before I hopped on, but there's always the conversation of centralization and decentralization. And funny enough, I think this has happened with Avalanche, Cardano, Ethereum, and a lot of these blockchains are actually built this way to where the validators can vote And if there's over 2/3 of the validators that vote in a certain direction, then something like this happens, right?
Yeah.
So I understand both sides. For me personally, innocent people getting hurt and nothing, to be done about it is always a tough thing to swallow, right? If it's not deserved, obviously you want people to be made whole. Um, but I think today, all in all, it was the best outcome I think that it could have been. And then, I'm sure you guys saw the announcement that essentially they're offering $6 million if the person comes back um, with the majority of the funds sent back to the wallet. Otherwise, they'll pursue legal action.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the person does the right thing. Hopefully, that's the case.
Yeah.
I think in general, when you do something like this, you got a target on your back, and it's very
Oh
difficult
God, yeah.
to get away with it. You know what I mean?
That this person would be either they were just young and didn't recognize the consequences of it, or they have like a plan. Hey, here's my fake ID that I just paid 100 grand for, like new passports, all the watermarks, new of this, and basically trying to start a new life, which you probably wouldn't do for $50,000, but if you make off with like 10 million, for some
Yeah.
people, that's like enough, and it justifies it for them.
Yeah, it's I mean, luckily this happened before Sui hits their first bull run, and there's billion-dollar tokens that are in a single LP. I think the learning lesson for us is maybe just like we always talk about diversifying your portfolio. Maybe the answer is diversifying your LP. We happen to really like Cetus and their platform for a few reasons, and I think they'll be fine. Everyone acted so well, including the Sui community, which I think is kudos to Cetus and Sui and Mistin Labs how they responded. But for the most part, for us, I think our market cap went from 3.7 million to 3.5,
Yeah.
and a lot of people just stayed strong, stayed patient, and I think it goes to show that the Sui community in general is pretty tight knit.
And where could you get toilet dust now? Because it seems like you can't trade it on Uniswap or Coinbase Wallet. Where can you get it right now?
Yeah, so the last I've heard is that you still can't get it on Cetus yet, but I believe Move Pump or I think right now it might be Blue Move and Move Pump
Okay.
might be the only two places, and I would assume um, Cetus this morning they came out and said they patched whatever the leak was on their end.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to worry about for people that didn't have any LP in Cetus, and those who did, as of right now, they're safe.
Okay. Cool beans. And do you guys know when things expect to move forward and people can start trading again?
I don't. In fact, even when it comes to our LP, everything is sidelined, waiting. Some people sent me screenshots. Their wallet was like 6, 7 figures, and after a few hours, some people make light of the situation, which I think is healthy at some point.
Yes.
And I was like, that just makes me need to get to work. So hopefully that one day that can come to fruition. Um, but I think when you've gone through this before, it's easy to stay even keel. I think if you're going through something like this for the first time as a project founder or as a community, you kind of it's only human nature to panic, especially for people that are putting in money. Some people that over leveraged. But I think CZ from Binance, his tweet this morning was kind of vague, and it almost came across as if it was Sui that was breached, when in fact it was not. It was Cetus, the LP provider. And so hopefully that gets around to other ecosystems that it was actually not Sui.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, this helps. The space has helped today, but also, unfortunately, today, like XDMs aren't working. Um, I don't know if you've noticed that, but I keep getting notifications for messages, and when I go to click on it, it's like not there. Um, but I feel like this is just the worst day for that to happen, because like you had this, and everyone's trying to DM each other. Where do people go if they want to go in, and the best way to contact either the team or the best way to go in and try to contact someone that just kind of knows what's going on? Is there a Telegram?
Yeah, most definitely. So in our bio on Toilet Does Sui on X, it's our Telegram. I'm actually gonna probably in about half hour, maybe hop in and on the VC, um, and because again, there's just people that might even be waking up now. You just never know due to time zone, um, and you just try to stay on top of it. This morning we did a space as well, and had about like 500-600 people on there. So it was good to answer any and all questions. But this is kind of why I preach every day almost to our community, that showing up consistently and being very close to your community and doing right by your community is so vital when moments like this happen. Because if you don't do those things properly and you're not close to your community and there's no trust, then a moment like today ends your project virtually.
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of time, like one of the things that really helped us become successful at in the first 2 months, was kind of developing a whale chat, where we just are in the VC almost several hours a day, and it's kind of mind blowing. It kind of reminds me during the pandemic, when Bored Ape was, I think, 400,000 or $600,000 floor. Um, and we have holders that have anywhere from 50,000 to over 100,000 that they immediately could sell. And throughout the past 2 months and today, are just holding strong because I think they see the value that we're creating and just showing up every day. So, um, that's a big thing for us because it takes one moment for people to panic and all of a sudden it ends. And if we learn one thing from today, it's probably to create a treasury and put funds aside in case this were to ever happen again. That if the foundation couldn't make people whole for whatever reason, we would maybe have the ability to help people.
Yeah, SHIRO got really lucky because they had a staking thing going on, and somehow there was the person that drained them. They like faked the signature somehow. I guess if you send if you have like a multi-sig wallet and you send it like a fake transaction and it signs it, like you can use that signature to sign other things. And long story short, like 500,000 got like liquidated, but they were, while they're going in and investigating and trying to get like some type of restitution for it, they had enough in their like business development wallet to make everyone that staked SHIRO to get a little more. So yeah, it's definitely a good idea to do that. Do you know how much is in your guys' business development wallet as far as SUI tokens is concerned, or toilet tokens are concerned?
It's a good question. I think. Uh,
Go
that-
ahead.
oh, sorry, my iMac is trying to respond to me for some reason. Um, it's a good question. I want to say maybe like before all this happened. I mean, we did have about 1.5 million in the LP. And what we try to not do is ever pay anybody for anything in our token, because the reality is people sell the token, and most people sell a token. I shouldn't say everyone, but we don't want to do the hard work and build our community to have someone that we hired for maybe graphics sell, right?
Yeah.
And so, we're learning. I mean, my background before this, during the pandemic, a few friends of mine, we launched a metaverse on top of NFT worlds that was on top of Minecraft. And we had a lot of success, but then Minecraft out of nowhere comes out and says no one can build on their engine. And that was kind of the pull immediately for many of us that had built on top of that that engine. And so I don't know, oddly enough, I think I'm built for moments like this because of having gone through things in my life before. And thankful that we handled it pretty well today.
Agreed. Shout out to you, coders to that. The 1,500 people here love that. Appreciate you coming on. And we maybe we give them a little tease. What? You probably haven't thought of it. You've been dealing with this, putting out fires the last like 15 hours. Did you happen to talk to your partner about the maybe potentially getting something and getting you guys on VeVe at some point?
It's funny. I had a phone call with the guy who wrote the article for Toilet that is like the most phenomenal read. I don't know if I sent it to you.
Yeah, that was so cool.
He recently released another one, and he kind of was kind of going down in a way the same road as our conversation, and I did mention you to him, and so we'll all have to get on the phone together, because I think it'll lead to a very interesting place.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
and yeah, my apologies. It's been
I get it. It's
it's
crazy,
been
crazy.
kind of crazy, but because it's not just about us. We're trying to protect the ecosystem and help anyone that we can. Today pretty much went to all of this, but I think starting tomorrow morning, we'll kind of go back to regular programming.
Yeah. Hopefully X is fixed too, and we can
Yeah.
access our DMs. That'd be wild. But I want to end it here too. I've been live for like almost 2.5 hours. Let's talk off camera for a bit. Everyone, thank you so much for coming. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. I love you all. Class dismissed. Goodbye, guys.